Okay, so what do we got going on here? I have the Ultem. This is a Magnacut Hogue Deka with Ultem scales. It's a harder polymer, and it actually is. It's really good for machinists. It holds really well. It's very rigid, and it can hit a lot of high temperatures. So it's one of those newfangled, sexy, modern scale materials. It's a little bit slippery, but it is a little bit less slippery than the regular polymer that comes in here. I wanted to first go ahead and swap out the blades. So I'm going to go ahead and put this black blade. They're both Magnacut. The black blade is going to go inside here. I was going to actually swap the blade, but I realized the hardware is all essentially the same. So I'm just going to swap the scales. I will do that. And then you'll notice over here, I have some original GOAT skinnies. So they're skinny, not from the perspective of the width like this when they're finished. They're skinny in that they don't have that little finger groove there that you see on the Deka scale. So I think just kind of holding these in hand, these original goats, I'm like, oh yeah, it makes it a little bit more neutral, and I think I'm going to like that. So I'm going to end up putting that one with this, and they also go a little bit longer. So if you take a look at the original goats, they go a decent bit, about a quarter-inch longer than the regular scales. So I kind of like that too for bigger hands. I do have bigger hands. And so I'm going to end up with basically this layout. The original goat in aluminum raw with, I believe that's the OG one. I don't know. I'll go ahead and overlay that if I'm wrong. But it's going to go with this stonewash blade. And then I'm going to have the black blade go with the... So it's going to basically kind of look like that. So the black blade's going to go inside the Ultem scales, and that's going to look really sharp, I think, having the black with this. You know, I'm sure that Blade HQ is going to be coming out with this one in black anyway. It always follows suit. But, I went ahead and went for it, and I think it'll make for some good combinations. I'm going to do a lot of fast forward here. Everything is T8. Everything. Pocket clip, pivot, everything. So thank you, Hogue, for doing that. It actually just makes things kind of nice and easy. Just to have that one. I'll be cleaning out and doing lots of swappage here, and that'll obviously be in fast forward mode. So we'll go ahead and pause it there. I'm going to go ahead and get myself a beer, and we're going to try to convert these two Hogues into much better two Hogues. Okay, so we're all done. Let's go ahead and measure these guys up. By the way, I did measure them. I just didn't get on camera. But the polymer one, the one that came with the straight polymer, was 2.1 ounces. These are both the clip point, and the one with the Ultem was 2.2 ounces. So this one should still be 2.2 ounces, yes, because I'm just swapping a blade. And I don't think that black coating is going to make that much of a difference. But the aluminum original GOAT scales, definitely going to be a little bit heavier. Let's see what that is at now. It's still sub 3 ounce knife. It's probably 2.85. It's oscillating between 2.8 and 2.9. So this is absolutely astounding. As far as if you have a little bit bigger fingers, the original GOAT SKNY is absolutely the way to go. Let's take a look at them side by side. Just about the exact same width in hand. Very nice. Obviously, the aluminum is going to be much more solid feel. Some people might be wondering why I didn't swap out the thumb stud, and I tried to. I had done that actually off camera to see if I could, but this is going to be crazy. If you let's see if that shows. That is not machined for a Torx. So on either side, the one that came with the Ultem, it's actually smooth and rounded, and I don't have a tool to do the triple there, and I don't want to kind of destroy it. So you'll see that little 3 thing. It's kind of like a spanner, a 3-way spanner wrench, and I don't have one to do that. So I may try it at some point in time. Excuse me. I would like to actually do that, just because I think the gold stud on the black blade would look really cool and kind of complete this one. So I don't know. I may end up not doing this one. These are both actually going to be giveaways as part of, not necessarily the channel, but to my kids. They're not watching, so I'm not worried about this. Future giveaway of some things that I'm actually collecting for them, and particular knives that I think are the best of the best of the best. Sir, that are going to be going to my kids. So yeah, I would like to actually swap that, but I don't know. This is a big problem. So yeah, this is what you're looking at between the two. I don't know. I'm just rambling now at this point in time. I'm really happy the way it went. It did take a full 48 minutes, so I'll probably end up doing that on 8x speed, or we'll have done that on 8x speed. Original GOAT absolutely knocked it out of the park again. I can say, just, man, fantastic, really. It's just, I'm shocked at how good every single thing that I get from them. There's somewhat of a small radius or chamfer on the edges of these, and you can just squeeze it so hard. Definitely has much more rigidity to it. And like I said, it's still a super lightweight knife. So yeah, that's a really good thing. And then as far as the Ultem goes, it's still in the ultralight category at 2.2 ounces. I do think the blackened blade looks a lot better with it, especially in the closed position. This looks kind of really cool because the hardware was blackened anyway. And I did swap the clip, keep the black clip, moved it with it. So yeah, kind of a cool thing. Yeah, let me know what you think. I don't know. If anybody's even made it this far, probably not. This is just rambling at this point in time. And just some really cool, I think, swapperinos there. Let me go ahead and demonstrate. Both of these ended up perfectly centered with no blade play. This is obviously washers, if you watched the disassembly. I might end up throwing the disassembly at the end. But the one thing I did want to point out is that I hadn't really even thought about is I was able to always fit a regular Hogue Deka in a medium large hand, so I never even thought about a lanyard. But one of the things that Original GOAT did with their skinnies is they have this extra distance to facilitate a lanyard. So if you're interested in lanyards and that sort of thing, I just like the extra space, in all honesty, kind of being able to kind of shoot back on there. But yeah, I don't need a lanyard on this one. I can fit a full 4 fingers large hand. So yeah, just one last thing I wanted to throw in there and say, really, really awesome. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you have an opportunity. Take care.